Good morning, Terry Hashimoto here, and today I'm at lovely Belvedere Golf Course in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. One of the things we don't talk often enough about is pressure mapping for the short shots. We're going to do a lob shot here to that blue pin band there. You can see that. It's not a hard shot, but it's one that you do have to practice, and then we're going to review the trace. So I've got my V1 software set up. I'm going to set that for T5. So I've got it set to 5 seconds. We're going to let it count down. And we're going to take the shot. Almost went in. Okay, let's take a look at the trace. We're going to trim this first. Now, I'm not an incredible short game player, but you're going to see that white dot barely move to the trail side. I mean, it hardly moves. There's a lot of, I'm setting up a lot of pressure on my right side because I've got an uphill lie. And you're going to either trail side post or lead side post depending on the lie. And in this case, I'm trail side posting. But the dot barely goes backwards and full through. So you're not going to see a lot of movement here. The dot's going to stay fairly centered, and the more wall centered you keep it, the better the shot. Ryuji Yamada was the first guy that we did this with down in Carrollwood, Florida, and his dot did not move at all. My dot moved a little bit. So I'm just being honest with you here because that's probably what you're going to see for a fairly good player, but on a not so good player, they're going to move all over the place. Too much lateral motion usually results in a lateral skanking shank. All right, let's take a look at some chip shots. All right, so here's a real basic shot that I'm very comfortable with, and we're going to set up a little bit more on the lead side for this. I'm doing a little bump and run. Looks like I've got about 50 feet to the pin, so I'm going to land it 1/3 of the way approximately. And we'll let it roll out, and these greens are a little wet from the dew this morning, but I'm really interested in the trace information on this. So this is something that we don't show a lot of people, but this is really good for self-use. And right now, what I'm doing, and Ben, let's take a look over here. You're going to bring around that camera, and as you can see, I'm just chipping and focusing on this white dot here. Ben, come on in, take a look. All right, so that white dot, when I practice my chipping, I'm looking for ball feedback. That white dot's not moving backwards at all, hardly. I don't want that pressure moving laterally too much because that's what results in a shank. So let's capture a trace here. We'll go back to that corner there, Ben. We're going to capture a couple shots here. And again, this is about a 50-yard, a little bump and run. So I'm going to run it about 1/3 of the way, land it about 1/3 of the way, let it roll out. I'm going to set this to T5, which it already is set. And we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all right. Let's take a look at that. All right, you can see in this trace here, and this is really good. And the trace does not move back at all. I mean, literally that white dot is there and through. And that's really what you're going to see in a good player's chip shot. You watch the guys at the public golf courses chipping, no offense to anybody, they move around a lot, and I'm thinking, man, those people aren't very coordinated. But if they had the chance to have the ball feedback into by adding that ball feedback, standing on the pressure mat, and just practicing keeping that white dot steady, you can really, really get an impact from that. So let's go to another shot now.